What's the deal, y'all? Z85 Jew. We are back with another video. I have my boy all the way over here. He's trying to run away. He came over to help me with a big project that we're working on. So you guys didn't see yet. If you follow my Instagram, you already saw, but we actually recently just got the new bell housing that we're gonna be running on the trans. So today's mission, we're gonna basically be cutting this trans and then mating the new bell housing to it, so that way we're able to kind of put it on the JZ. In this video, you guys will see that. I'll kind of try to teach you as much as I can, as much as he teaches me, but we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoy this video.
If you guys remember, I actually have the same setup, but it's for my SR from Mazworx, and pretty much what they call for is you measure from this back rib right here, you measure, it's 1/4 inch back, which I did their measurement on mine exactly, and I didn't really like how big the gap was in between the trans and the bell housing. So I'm just gonna cut Julian's a little bit more shallow, and I'm actually just gonna follow this rib right here on the inside line of it. And then what you just use an angle grinder to notch this so you can set your sawzall there. And then from there you just cut the rest with the sawzall. Seems real daunting, it's real sketchy, but just trust in yourself. Just cut a straight line, do your best.
All right, so as you guys see, he made his first cut. I just want to say, I'm scared, all right? So I just want to put that out there. I'm scared. This is my good transmission, but I have faith in my boy.
It's only a $2,700 transmission, you know?
Yeah, you know, just no big deal. So I trust him, and yeah, I just want to say that because it is a nerve-wracking thing. Like, you're cutting into like such an expensive piece, but we got it. So after breaking my heart, after cutting the trans, this is what it looks like. This is the bell housing that came off, and then that is what you're left with.
We're just gonna clean up the edges with the flap disc on the angle grinder, you know, make sure that it's not sharp and don't chop up your fingers. Well, I mean, it should chop up your fingers, as long as it don't chop up my fingers, it's all good. But once we clean this up, then we're actually gonna cut the input shaft also. And then after that, we'll be able to reseal it and put everything back together.
So right now what he's doing, he's basically just kind of cleaning up the edges as he mentioned, just to get it all nice and smooth.
Also too, just to notate, you don't need like a brand new like flap disc. You know, you can use an old one. It actually works, you know, better because you're just deburring it. You're not trying to get rid of any material. You're just trying to get rid of just what's excess, and that's pretty much it. So make sure you just use an old flap wheel. Pretty much after you get this all chopped off and cleaned up, what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna cut 3/8 off the input shaft. So what I do is I just use a zip tie. You'll put the zip tie on there. You'll measure 3/8, and then you'll just use the zip tie as your guide to draw the line all the way around, and you just cut it off with the angle grinder, and then you chamfer the edges all the way around, pretty much trying to match what OEM is.
It's right there. So you got 1/8, 2/8. Oh, I can't see shit, bruh. I'm blinder than a bat.
You ready? No, shine your light.
So it's that one right there.
So as you guys just saw, my boy went ahead and cut right here, this off, this little input shaft. So that is no longer with us. And then now we went ahead and cleaned everything, brushed all the stuff out, and put it on top of the old bell housing here. So next mission is just to basically take all of these bolts off so we can get this old cover off. So I'll show you after that. You guys are interested, this gasket's for sale. So for the Mazworx kit, you know, obviously you have a gasket that comes in it, you have this ring that comes in it, and you also have a bunch of bolts as far as just the bell housing part. So the first thing you want to do, obviously make sure you clean off the service area of both services, so the Mazworx bell housing part and then as well as the trans portion of it. So once you get that clean, you're gonna put this ring on here. It only goes on one way, so it's gonna kind of sit in there just like that. So that's gonna sit in there. Next, you're gonna want to put your gasket on. So just kind of make sure that's lined up, and then just get the right bolts that go on, and you know, kind of just put that over there.
What I like to do is I like to put it like those bolts through so it catches the gasket, because the gasket doesn't just stick on there. You know what I mean? So what I do
Put like 2 or something. So if you hold it, I can put. Before we put the bell housing on, we had the gasket kind of just attached to the bell housing, and we just put some bolts through here just to kind of hold the gasket in place. So now you want to make sure you definitely Loctite these with some blue Loctite, and then just put the rest, and then take out the 2 that you use to guide it, if that makes sense. That being said, this is going to be the finished product. So now these are just all the bolts. They actually give you brand new bolts for the starter as well as everything else, so that's really cool. Shout out to Mazworx for that. But yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. Only just need to get my clutch fork, the actual slave cylinder, and a couple other little components, and then this is complete. Last thing I am waiting on is gonna be the clutch. So the clutch is coming from Mazworx, but I believe they were just on back order. So once I get that, then I'll actually be able to mate this thing to the engine, because the rear main seal is done. So once that is done, technically we can go ahead and throw this thing back in the car, which I am super excited about. We won't ever have to pull it out again, and then this will be 100% done. So sounds good, my boy.
What's over there?
No, fool. He's trying to tell me to park over there. I'm over here driving the daily, bro. It's not even washed, man. Heck no. This car is so freaking clean, dog. So sick. Oh, don't stall that thing now. Don't stall that thing now. The whole crowd looking at him, dog. Everybody, all the heads. Super boys. These cars are super popular, but honestly, dude, like, they're growing on me. I remember I installed Boost Logic exhaust on my boys, and that thing is, these things are fast, bro. Like, super underrated, super underrated. I love the carbon. This thing is sick. I don't actually think I've ever seen a carbon hood, you know, with the fenders and everything, that on one of these Supras. So this thing looks dope. Let me know what you guys think about it. Oh my god, dude, this thing is dumb. Bro, this thing is so dumb. That's so funny. Dang, what happened to the wheels in the back?